This madness is imposed to observe, delicate linen draped, spark to debate, a wreath of frosted daisies, short-sighted eyes, freak shows under bright lights, warm chestnut colours of an embalmed corpse, and I myself unwrap the rags of passionate words, a social offence I don't really know. A room in darkness, dense, black barbed wire and visible. From afar, a cacophony of cries mimeographed on paper, teasing detail, a light bulb, shattered glass, fragmented chaos. I heard clown white faces, vision blurred blue, flames of red, flares, who wears an eye or dread. True, identity and I show signs of yielding. The bloodier rooms, eyes filled, overflowed, of picturesque effect. This poor creature touted petals pooled red, bare wood, uncovered nails, often deeply damaged. Her nerveless fingers open, close, wet and white, stretched, black lipstick and face. A tree fell motionless. I watched. A happy land, eyes wide open, product of a diseased mind, debilitated by neighbours wailing loudly. The second hand missed, a second, hand severed, tongue cut out. In spite of age and weakness, this neat green field looked artificial. Violence. When the blade struck, spilt contents on the floor. I was not beguiled by barbarity, this British stage. A russet-coloured moon. I watched it disappear. Crushed velvet, estranged eyes veiled, improved by shock treatment. I can't escape this dream of friends in a commune, tormented and slightly dim, whispering, bushes with access to clean air. She had been crying, trusting who, ill-advised, on a ledge, the fourth floor, don't understand who is the other. Raindrops on the back, my hand under the dark arch of a bridge, absurd and doomed. It gets worse. This red drop, is it blood? A green dome on the lawn approach, mistaken ruse and more lies. We begin to argue. No wild or disquieting noises. The well-heeled and handsome red brick had been plotting a hopeless start, then failing in space to make sense of this chaos, told me to jump. Burning cheeks pressed against who? Inhuman, in form, but the pounding of a heart. Sounds under the line, silenced, dark rocks of a cliff face, banished poverty from its habitual place. A uniformity, their gleaming skeletal wished-for wings, with tongue and teeth and wraps of beard, eyes widened and stare, garnet-coloured, can't see who's who. Absolute absence of light, dragged by, waving arms and jumping. That face lay beneath a mask, a wire to bite. I shut my eyes, unprepared, for a wingless flocking of ravens watched me in, the gilded mirror assessing eyes. What terrible thing had I done, and violently staged, this innocent yet confined life? The person in the mirror paralyzed, a white-faced woman in a mad hat. I begun to shudder before a race, defenseless, isolated from, fear of a kind, for I felt both. Bloody sheets out the window, straight to prison. A gate, don't cry. Failed fairy tale, the sacrificial victim, that waxwork stillness and unspoken. Pale green shanties and sufferers. Half man, half beast. Unreflective eyes in unfamiliar shapes. Those babies in jars. Witch hunt. The woman named, a rare talent for corruption. She's a collage, a body, a vessel of sin. The end, a dark corridor. Pale grey eyes look. Flying just the paw, reflections discoloured, the iridescent mirror dropping dead of exhaustion, and God knows they suffered. Here, intersections of flesh upon flesh, parrot cages and dressmakers' dummies, non-native, a van load of shame. The perfumed lilies, she sniffed a jar full of candy wrappers, orange peel and seaweed. Innocent flowers, long ago, the silk cord dangled her neck. She trod a muddy path, a piano perfectly in tune, a big cage. In the basement, their political turmoil, corpses. I can smell the blood, sparkling like semi-precious stones, fluttering feisty women and men to spare. Scrubbed the stain more vivid, it grew, a cultured watery claim, reluctant eyes veiled. This time it was not fancy. Hands go limp, a crucial second. His long black corporate socks shadowed a reality of life. The flowers nodded like bright children. Drop out, the race, hand brushed her breast, and women sitting up and knitting, tut-tutting on time, online, the hookup culture. A mass of lilies exhaled, eyes opened in the dark, a trail of human exposed, as big as her ego. While still the soft flakes float, with bitter sorrow mingled, they kneel and kiss this native earth. A tangle of thorns faded, relapsed into blank silence, seething, crowd kicking, suspension of reality, this place of privilege, monologue of a foreign resistance. Her character, an admirable eye, glances between velvet curtains, starve or work. She stumbles on a stagnated society. Angry, she shakes that doll. Flowers grown by invisible gardeners. There is no question of forgiveness. Solitary, with windows boarded of voice, or a cave full of echoes, glorious and sunshine free, reframes our view of a young girl carved, a single pearl, the loss of joy, who counts the undeserving, poor stares with inscrutable eyes, picture of ourselves in the past, a box of coloured silks. I don't blame, but our bloodline. The warmth of humanity melted. She took one look, a broken mirror, a campaign to avenge this sense of perfect freedom, suspicious fake names and dark, the skin determined to reunite. Flowers in a glass jar, dead. The woman in blue stiletto, heels, brought to life by a vivid voice, wreathed with arabesques of cobwebs pricked through my vein. Society collapsed into chaos. On the grass, a drift of fallen petals. Change.